Hello, duckies, and welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy. My name is Viola. If you like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help the channel. Alright, so I just got the third level of Alamora, and I am going to go test it in Hogsmeade. Cause some chaos, because we all know it's what I do. Not to mention, if I tried to go around Hogwarts, I'd get very, very lost because that's all I end up doing anyway. I'll get there, I'll get there. No locks here. I know we do have locks around that I can finally unlock. Just gotta locate one of those. Oh wait, I know where we can locate one. If I can figure out where I was last time. Let's see, I wanna say... I don't think it's across the river. I want to say it's on this side. And I just kind of kept going this way. And there was like a side gate or something.
Revelio.
I mean, we do have some locks over here I can check out, so... Where is it?
Alohomora. Revelio.
What is this person doing? Hoarding all this. Oh, hey, dude.
You are a true patron of the arts. I think that one of you
Revelio.
So ground to be found, to be sure.
Alohomora. Revelio.
Why so many whispers? Why so many whispers? Here. Up these stairs. What
Revelio.
Did I already? Oh. I could have sworn maybe that was a 2 block and not a 3 block. I'm not sure.
Alohomora.
Big chest. Nice. Unidentified.
Revelio.
Entered. Okay. Here. Oh, we're only missing one more handle? Ooh. Sure. Here that I haven't gone.
Ready for a little change in fashion, are we?
Let's switch.
Ready to choose from here, so take...
Oh, hat. Headwear. I haven't unlocked that yet. Okay, let's check. It's lower. No clue about that. Anything else that we have that's level locked? Okay. So I'll need a few things that we
Plenty for your perusal
have not
today.
identified.
Take your time.
Keep those just so that I can get the visuals of them, because I don't remember if I got them or not. And now let's take a look. Okay. That might be worth a purchase. It's worth a purchase. Okay, so...
You won't be disappointed. That's a Gladrax promise. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
And I did see what looked like a lock
Revelio.
this way.
Alohomora.
Down downstairs, looks like.
Revelio.
Anything else? No. Okay. Still need to where that other thing was. Okay, we've got a couple more locks this way. I'm finally on a track to actually
Hello, Hamora.
unlocking these things.
Revelio. Revelio.
Don't know why that was like that.
Hello, Hamora.
No more locked doors, no more locked doors, no more locked doors
Revelio.
in my way.
I'm told that last Clementine had you chasing butterflies all through the forest. She's quite a one, that girl. Greetings! Please, take your time looking about.
Revelio.
Besides, back over here where the one house is, because I know that one was still locked up.
Revelio.
Oh, that was interesting. Oh, come on. There we go. Now I can up it.
Revelio.
Because there's a lock there. And apparently there's also something back.
Hello, Hamora. Revelio.
Take your pill. It's around here.
Revelio.
Because it was tricking it out. Well, didn't mean to do that. Beach juice. Put this down.
I suspect you are the one who has been interfering with a rather personal matter. The Demiguise statues
Revelio.
contained therein were placed as they were for good reason. You should not meddle in the personal affairs of others.
I don't think Mr. Pemberton meant to use his own stationery. He knows something about those Demiguise moons. He's in Hogsmeade, apparently. Perhaps I shall pay him a visit.
No, there was something. Involved a gate. Ah. Final page that was here. I just can't remember where exactly it is. Not for the life of me. I'm pretty sure I got
Revelio.
lost finding it to begin with.
Those statues took time and effort.
Pardon me, sir, but about those curious Demiguise statues I've seen.
What? Who are you? Why do you ask?
They're quite clever.
Oh, thank you. A lot of craftsmanship and care went into them. I assume.
So you did create them?
Yes, I did. It was a ploy to give that pathetic oaf Moon a taste of the grief he caused me years ago. You are the one who's been pilfering them.
I am, at the request of Mr. Moon. I received your owl. On your stationery.
Ah. Well, fitting Moon would enlist a student. Too cowardly to do it himself. Hasn't changed a bit. Even when we were at school, he was a cowardly bully. Gave me a horrible nickname, which I shan't repeat. I was thrilled when we left school and he seemed gone for good. Then I started seeing him around Hogsmeade. It was too much. Even if I do take satisfaction in that his life's destiny was to be a lowly caretaker.
Mr. Moon does a good deal for the school, and he's taught me a lot. He's terrified of those statues.
I know. You should have seen his face when that boggart appeared. Oh, priceless. That's when I knew what I needed to do. I simply didn't want to encounter him anymore. So, I shrewdly put a boggart in his path to learn his greatest fear. I then created the Demiguise statues to keep him in his place, so to speak. The moons were an inspired play on his name. It worked brilliantly. Until you started clearing them out.
The statues are a form of bullying. You're no better than him. Perhaps it's time you both moved on.
Fair point, I suppose. If they've terrified him, as you say, he may have learned his lesson.
Yep.
Revelio.
You drive me nuts. do have to go to this. Whoa,
Glad you came.
Dark. Okay, there we go.
Hello, Sirona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgog?
We actually work together.
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ranrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I've actually met Mrs. Sprottle. I recently spoke with her about her friend, Claire Beaumont.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Right.
Revelio.
But first, I'm still trying to solve this mystery of my own. I swear it was
Take off her
around
volley.
here. Somewhere. The fox head?
Revelio.
Long. Dried meat patty.
Revelio.
Walk.
Alohomora.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't in the deeper part of town. Somewhere on the outskirts, but still within Hogsmeade area, I think.
Revelio.
Whoa, I don't know what's going on with my lighting. I have to choose something else.
Revelio.
Last page. Oh. Here it is. Oh. Oh. I no longer need it. because now the store is open.
Revelio.
Okay. Oh, let's get. Oh, to hug me an area so I can hop on my broom.
Ah, Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle? Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk lumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk lumps and collect the box of letters there.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
That was surprising. Avoiding our problems, are we? You.
Incendio!
Who taught you that? No.
I still need to visit the cave to find Sirona's box of letters. Perhaps better have a look around, see about the hawk lumps and the box of letters. Incendio! Ah, that's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Revelio. Revelio. Lumos. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Repulsor. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Expelliarmus! One less foul hulking brute. Revelio. Confringo. Wingardium Leviosa. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
For one sense. princess almost before the first week of class has ended. How did you know? I presume you're not secretly legilimens. Sure, but I wonder that you seem to know my thoughts better than I did myself. And that day at the Three Broomsticks, when you spotted me huddled in a corner, staring blankly at an untouched butterbeer and an empty bit of parchment and a quill dripping ink woefully onto the floor, and you came to sit with me, well, I should never forget it. I recall a sudden sense of relief, as if someone had cast a levitation charm on me. When you told me about how nervous you'd been to come to Hogwarts, I looked at you, and it seemed beyond my imagination to think of you as anything but the confident, content witch sitting before me. In the days that followed, I marveled at how you charmed in the non-magical sense. I mean, everyone around you without apology, embracing who you were and who they were. It was as though a candle had flickered on for me, and I realized that I could choose that path as well. Now that my school years are ending, the frightened first year, which I had been, seemed worlds away. And I know it's because you saw yourself in that despairing creature in the corner. The pup so generously extending yourself to her. Please tell Mrs. Spraddle that I still plan on visiting her and Mrs. Spraddle whenever I can for a delightful conversation, and I am unashamed to admit her incomparable cauldron cakes. Conjured this wee gift for you as a token of my gratitude. If you hadn't stood your ground on my behalf during Quidditch practice last week, I might have left the team altogether. And now we've won the Quidditch Cup. Ravenclaw House would not be the same without you. Sent a note separately to dear Mr. and Mrs. Spraddle for their hospitality, but felt the need to put quill to parchment with my thanks to you as well. What a lovely respite from the castle. I won't soon forget how we giggled about that ridiculous gnome. Did he truly believe that he was singing? And Mrs. Spraddle's steak and kidney pie was simply glorious. I shall be dreaming of it for days. I so appreciate you including me. I fear I must warn you, however, that this does not mean I will go easy on you in next week's match. You know that Ravenclaw's no match at all for Slytherin this year. Happy birthday, my darling friend. I sneaked into the kitchens and asked Pinky to make your favorite cream crodi. She was delighted to oblige. Not sure where she got raspberries at this time either. Genius, that Pinky. Mother and father were delighted to hear that you and I had spent the afternoon at Gladrag's last Saturday. Truth be told, I think my mother was ever so slightly envious. I shan't soon forget how heartily we laughed at my efforts to lace the bodice of my new dress. A challenge indeed, as is the rather delicate practice of properly situating a hat pin without wounding either my hat or my head. But I adore everything that we selected, and I have you to thank for now feeling like a marvelously fashionable witch. It was also a treat to dine at the Three Broomsticks without having to clear tables. I shall in a place like that one day, mark my words. Consider myself more than lucky that you and Mr. Spraddle agreed to let me stay. I know that my parents feel precisely the same way.
I think that's everything. I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad to have it back.
Thinking in terms of good and evil merely indicates a limited imagination, in my opinion.
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Horklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
One of the letters mentioned Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aiden. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aiden. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories. Folks still talk about you taking down that troll in the village circle. You certainly made an impression.
What can you do? Man muttering angrily. Let's go see what this man is muttering angrily about back there.
He'll see it was a mistake parting ways with me.
Sir, is everything all right?
How kind of you to ask. The name's Ackley Barnes. And no, it is not. I'm plotting a sort of revenge against my ex-business partner, a conniving fiend by the name of Alfred Lawley. He cut me out of our herbology supply business just as we were getting started. Said I was too volatile to work with. I'll show him volatile.
That must have been frustrating for you.
Yes, it was. Terribly. I'm simply passionate about my work. Supercilious fool. He's passionate about things too, as I intend to remind him by relieving him of his prized possession. A venomous tentacula he's grown from a seedling that was to be the keystone of our business venture. I can't get anywhere near it with Ruth Singer watching me like an augury. Lawley's doing, no doubt. But no one would suspect a student. How would you feel about committing some grand plant larceny?
You said Mr. Lawley was your ex-business partner. What were you working on?
I had an idea to train venomous tentacula, create guard plants, if you will, that attacked when ordered. We hit a snag when one ate Lawley's Kneasel. After that, he cut me out of the business, the short-sighted fiend.
Why do you need Mr. Lawley's venomous tentacula in particular?
Simple. If I have it, then Lawley doesn't. Ergo, I can launch my business, and he must start all over again. I'm killing 2 snidgets with 1 stone.
What else is in Mr. Lawley's cellar?
All of Lawley's herbology supplies. He has quite the collection. Fill your pockets while you're there. Or to slow him down for a bit, and I can get my business going minus any competition.
I'm not sure this is something a student should be doing on your behalf.
Oh, it's nothing. And he deserves it. Trust me. He'll be in and out of there in no time.
Very well. I'll see what I can do.
Excellent. I shall be right here. All I ask is that you bring me the venomous tentacula. Remember, I just need that venomous tentacula.
Hello, Mr. Barnes. I have that venomous tentacula.
Wish I could see Lawley's face when he realizes his prized possession is gone. Let's see who's volatile now. Well done. I'll take it off your hands now.
Of course. Glad to hand it over, frankly.
I shall make an ocean of galleons, and Lawley's business will be sunk. Here's a little something for your next trip to Zonko's. Oh, to see the look on Lawley's face the next time he wanders down to his cellar.
Revelio.
Bunch of stuff that I can sell, and then we will move forward with storage.
Come on in and have a look around.
Let's see here. Actually see. What's that? I don't think I have. Let's. There's. Burgundy. Yeah, we do have the appearance for Burgundy. And I'm pretty sure we previously had cerulean rivet. Yeah. So a lot of these things we don't have to worry about.
No touching if you have sticky fingers. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion.
have the Flora Fedora? Flora Fedora, yep.
Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
No better than what I have. Nope. It's 95. These are the things
You won't be
I want
disappointed.
now.
That's a Gladrax promise. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion.
Like this. And then I can change this over. I don't know how far along I am to the next one. I just need a fill rate. I can always enchant stuff. Now that I have that ability. Yeah, I still got a bit away from the
Be sure to
next.
stop by whenever you're about. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by
Been
whenever
too
you're
focused
about.
on the side quests. But I might actually be able to just fast travel where I need to go. To start this one.
The Ministry's good work if you can get it.
You made it.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's. This way. Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey!
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Leave.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft, really, if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I'll do my best. I can promise to speak with him about it.
Thank you. His search for a cure is futile, I'm afraid. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
This isn't the same without you. Well, sharp still as well, but you know what I mean. I hope you feel better. Apple. Munchy crunchy apple bunch.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
I'm so sorry. I understand you've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's to no avail.
We have. My nephew thinks he knows better than the healers.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves any time soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
I mean, admittedly, it is true. He could get himself into a lot of trouble.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I know he's angry, but he's only trying to do what he thinks is best for Anne.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated. All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something. Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Only a wizard is a dead wizard.
Confringo!
The mines at one time or another.
Lumos.
Protego!
Rather unwise coming back this way.
Confringo!
How childish! You look tired. Let's get this over with. There you are. I don't think you know who you're dealing with. You don't know who you're playing with! You are postponing the inevitable! I won't. That's nothing but luck!
Incendio!
No!
Lumos.
Descendo!
How child!
Protego!
You won't get away with that. With
You've made your last mistake. Ooh, this is... You're making this...
Confringo!
How nice of you to stop your...
Descendo!
Let's get this over with. Shut someone's ear. There you are.
Incendio!
Ooh, little moon calf, far from home.
Descendo!
Was that your best?
Protego!
Don't stop me.
Descendo!
You can't stop us. Much too slow. Losing your stride.
Confringo!
No!
Glacius!
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you.
Revelio. Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
Seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at billywhigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The Loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Okay guys, so that is going to be it for today's episode. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to keep up to date on all the videos. And remember to free the feral wildflower in you.